Namaste, everyone. I'm Jenny G, and thank you for tuning into my channel. Make sure you hit that little red button down there in the corner that says subscribe in order to get new videos and content on my channel. Like my video, make some comments. It really helps out because I'm going to be expanding my channel, and then I'm going to be doing readings as well. Clairvoyant, psychic, past life readings, animal communication, relationship coach, meditations, all kinds of things. So as my channel builds, I'm expanding. So join with me. It's free, right? So anyways, I'm going to talk about this week's cosmic vibes. Now, April alone is a very high vibrational month. We have Easter blessings connected with the Christ consciousness. We have Mercury retrograde coming in. That will be another video separately, of course. We all know what Mercury video is. We all know what Mercury video energy is, as I call it, right? Mercury energy, Mercury retrograde energy. So that will be separate. So for those of you who are not aware of what it is, you got to tune into my channel. So we also have the full moon, new moon energy this month, and you'll have to watch my other videos to see those as well. So let's talk about the vibes, what you could be feeling, going through, and how to utilize this energy till the fullest that will work with you. The world is crazy as it is, right? So it's best just to try to stay grounded as best as you can. Go on your own rhythm and flow. So you're going to find that April 1st could be Happy Fool's Day, April Fool's Day. Some people might be playing jokes and tricksters and such like that, you know, and why not? It's all about releasing that inner child and having some fun and laughter. Laughter is healing for the soul. So, right? I always normally forget it's April Fool's unless somebody plays a crank on me or a joke on me or something like that. But I read into the situation anyway. So, but anyways, it's time to have fun and release that inner child within because we have a lot of karmic energies that are going to be ending, unexpected endings. However, with unexpected endings or even just endings, it opens up new doors for you. It opens up new doors for relationships. You're going to find that, especially around the full moon time, the 5th and the 6th, that endings, which opens to new beginnings with new relationships. We have that Libra moon, which is bringing in a lot more balance and peace. So, for those who are living more entangled with ego, they're not going to feel more of that balance and peace. And this is why it's so important to stay in alignment within your soul as best as possible and stay grounded. So the 1st of April, you might be feeling your blood pressure is a little bit more higher than normal, like heart palpitations, things like that. The 2nd to the 4th, you might be having a little bit of like intestinal problems, digestive systems, pancreas issues and such like that. And whenever that's happening, maybe it's time to do a little bit of a cleanse with the liver. Add and squeeze in a little bit of lemon to your water, add a little bit of garlic, celery, things like that, whatever works for you. You might find that, I want to do a cleanse this week. Is it time to do a detox this week? You might be finding that as well, because around the 5th and the 6th, your kidney and bladder, your skin might be getting a little itchy. You might feel you have a little bit of like, a bladder infection and such like that. These organs are going to be a little bit more sensitive this week. So be gentle on yourself. Be really, really gentle and drink more water. I always talk about drinking more water. I mean, I drink like 3 to 4 liters a day. I have for quite some time. It's just kind of natural for me. I have a double fire energy in me, Leo double fire horse energy in me. So I'm always kind of like on fire, very passionate, very You know, it's like I can be up and down like that, depending, very passionate. So it depends where you are, your sign is, and everything like that. So as we move on the 7th and the 9th, you might be having some, prostate problems for the male energies, genitals, anus issues might be a little bit more sensitive. Take a bath, put some little Epsom salts in the bath, soak in a bath and such like that. So it's just certain areas in your body get more sensitive. And that's why I'm talking about it more, because I'll get a message and they're like, geez, why is my skin so itchy? Or why is like this hurting or that hurting? Because there's certain days of the week that certain body parts can hurt more than others. And that's also why I'm doing my cosmic weekly vibes, so you guys can know how to work with it, what's coming up, what you could expect, and how to utilize this energy. Because as we move into the 10th and the 11th, it affects your hips. It could expect issues with your liver again, and so on and so on. So gentle stretches, yoga, things like that. If you're doing yoga, it's very, very beneficial, and it can help stretch energies and align up your chakras and everything like that. Because we do have our solar flares back. Of course, right? Intense times with solar flares, it always seems like, geez, gosh, solar flares, is it always here? Yes. And certain days more this week, it's going to spark the others, especially from the 1st till the 6th. So your sleep might be a little on, you might be feeling a little bit more irritated, anxious, and all of that too, which is normal. And it can be hard to deal with. It can be really hard to deal with at times, right? So you can always book a reading with me, of course, and I can help you through it and give you some insights why this is going on. So as we move on to the 2nd of April, you're going to feel a little bit more grounded, a little bit more centered, feeling more focused. Some people are like, geez, I've been kind of feeling a little foggy in the brain. That's normal as we have cosmic energy, solar flares, and the Schumann and all of that type of energy. It can leave us feeling a little bit froggy, as I call it, foggy, froggy brain. It's like, you know what? Just surrender it, because it happens naturally to us. There's a lot of intense energies, and especially on the 4th, it's a powerful day. April 4th, 4/4 power day. You might even be feeling your angels being more present around you. So the more sensitive you are, you might be feeling, I thought I felt a presence around me. I get messages like this. I thought I felt somebody touch my shoulder, or why did I feel kind of my bed move? Or I just kind of felt this warming, this alignment going over me. And especially if you're a little bit more teary-eyed, emotional, and such like that. If you ever notice all of a sudden that you go into that fetal position and you're letting go and you're in tears, and you're all of a sudden you know that things are ending, or you have to make those changes. Our angels are with us even more, closer to the earth, but especially on the 4th of April, pay really close attention to that day, because you're going to be letting go a lot more on the 3rd, because as we're moving into the full moon energy, there's going to be those karmic endings. We always get those pre-signs from spirit, as I say, as I call it, when what is not working with you. Could be relationships, where you're living. It could be your job. It could be your diet. It could be a routine, a habit. It doesn't matter what it is. Really pay attention to what's not working with you anymore. And it can be very emotional, because we're like, geez, I don't connect with my friend anymore. I don't connect with my spouse any longer, or my partner, romantically or in business, doesn't matter. And that can be very like, oh, I just feel very sad because, oh, I just this and I just that. We all have soul contracts, and endings bring new beginnings. However, when you're ending karmic cycles, because this is a very karmic cycle as well, this is a huge energy month, April. March, April, and May are very huge frequency months with vibrations. So you might find even this week, as we move closer into the energy towards the end of the week, you might feel you're wanting more alone time to meditate. We have Easter weekend, Easter long weekend, which brings in reunions, which brings in a lot of love, a lot of light. Some people, they spend Easter by themselves. I don't even remember the last time I had spent an Easter dinner with anybody. I normally was working at the hospice, but I'm not at the hospice any longer. So a lot of times on Easter, I'm meditating, I'm taking it easy. I'm doing a lot more writing. I recently connected with someone I've been wanting to connect with for a few years. And out of the blue, I had a message from him. And I'm so truly grateful. Thank you, David. You have no idea the impact. Divine timing, complete divine timing when you entered into my life. Thank you for your sacred messages. It's exactly what I needed. And I really felt a huge weight lifting off my shoulder. Thank you. I'm so grateful. So be grateful, you guys, for the littlest things. People come, people go, unexpected endings. We all have different soul tribes that we connect with. And just because somebody wanders off and we haven't heard from them for years, all of a sudden when we truly need them, or have you noticed that all of a sudden you were thinking of someone and you were thinking of a situation and all of a sudden you hear from that person? I literally sent another friend a message yesterday that I hadn't talked to for quite some time. And I informed him, Stephen, guess what? And he's like, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, Jenny, I was just thinking of sending you a message. I was just thinking of exactly what you were thinking about because we were both thinking of the same person. And I had some new news about something that, of course, I had to share with you. So, Stephen, you know what I'm saying? What comes around goes around. No one can run from karma. I have been talking about that in all of my videos. Right? And you're going to see the karmic endings this week. You're going to be hearing more truth being exposed as well. I've been talking about that more and more and more as well. And I really want you guys to reflect back on the month of March. Reflect back on those past 31 days in March to see what lessons your soul has taught you. And be real. It's usually during the difficult times that we have to take those pauses and see, why did this happen to me? Why did I go through that? Why did this not happen for me? Take that reflection back and really see what's going on. You're going to find as well as we're moving into the eclipse that April 2005, really see for if you can remember, what were you doing April 2005? What was going on then? Certain events from that time frame are going to be coming back for you. You're going to start to see the pre-signs in that, and it's really going to start to show you where you are consciously. How did you deal with that situation back then? What was going on? How are you dealing with that this time? Because we have different events, very similar events during different cosmic times that comes back. And you can say, back then, geez, I really handled that situation really, really badly. However, where am I now? What did I really learn from that situation? How am I utilizing and working with this situation right now? There's your growth. There is your growth. It's really important to be gentle with yourself. Show yourself more love and compassion. Very important, very important. I'm, as my friend David told me, Jenny, you are so hard on yourself. Stop criticizing yourself. Stop it. I've been hearing that for quite some time. No wonder I had to hear from you. Stop criticizing yourself, Jenny. Stop it. Stop it. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you. I needed to hear that because I'm really, really hard on myself. And you shouldn't be. You know, all we can do is take things one day at a time and live authentically within your soul and just be yourself. You'll find the right people connect with you at the right time. Like I surrender everything. I surrender everything. It's really important for you to be your own hero, even whatever energy you're putting out there, whatever work you're putting out there. It doesn't matter who's taking knowledge of what you're doing. That's irrelevant. You're walking your truth. That's all that matters. You're being of service to others. That's all that matters. And you'll be surprised. So you're also going to see that the work that you have been working on in the past, the foundations that you have been creating and working on, you're going to also see, especially this week, you're going to be like, wow, I actually can see a difference of the work that I've been working on, or maybe you got that raise this week, or maybe you wanted to connect with someone. Maybe you've lost weight. Maybe, you know, you've been working out, building muscles. Maybe that you have been paying off debt, like whatever it is, you're going to start to see more of that this week come to fruition. And you're going to be like, wow, I guess actually I have made some headway. And that's what my friend told me, Jenny, you have come a long way. You have really made headway with certain things. Who cares what anybody else says or thinks? And I'm like, you know, that's right. I agree with you. And it's so true because you're being authentic. You're walking in your truth. You're being authentic with who you are. And that's all that matters. It really is. So thank you again, David. Like literally, you have no idea how better I felt in a while. It's been a while. So I really felt a lot lighter, like literally a lot lighter. So we also have that pre-shadow of Mercury retrograde on the 7th. So pre-shadow Mercury retrograde can be harder than the actual retrograde. Like I'll talk about that in another video I do at another time. But you could have some electrical issues, technical issues. You might hear some people from your past you haven't heard from in a while. Lots of things happen during that time, but I'll talk about that at a different time. So we have Taurus stellium as well for another 8 days on the 5th, you know, to around the 13th of April. And that's what Taurus energy is about, being grounded, you know, compassion, you know, working on passionate projects, being more grounded, distancing away from a lot of drama, you know, because even with the full moon energy, with the Libra, you're going to find that you're going to be wanting to be more in harmony with peace and love, and you might even, you know, have more unconditional love for the world. And it's really important. The world is awakening. It has for a long time. A lot of truth is coming out, as I've been talking about for forever, you know, and that's going to continue on. Pluto, Aquarius, huge, huge, huge transition for humanity and the earth. 23rd of March, you'll have to watch my other video. So I'm going to talk about and bring up a couple of cards as well. Collectively, you know, we have like that Jupiter and Sun energy combined, which is going to open up your heart more with more compassion as too. The Mercury and the Moon is connected with this, which raises your vibrational frequency. The Pluto and the Moon is going to give you more insights. Really pay attention to what creative ideas that you hear coming in from spirit. Mark them down. You might not put all the dots together. It doesn't matter. And it's really important just to keep track of it, you know, because you're really, really letting go of certain karmic situations and relationships. If it's family, friendships, business, romantic relationships, it's expect the unexpected karmic endings, you guys. But whenever there's endings, it opens up new doors to new beginnings. As long as you are aligned and healed and let go, there's a few ways to do that. You can always book a reading with me, of course, and I can give you a lot more insights into that. So let's bring up a couple of cards as well. And don't forget, your animals get affected during this energy, and make sure that whenever you use any cards to clear the deck, bang it 3 times on wood, boom, boom, boom. I've cleared my decks here before I'm doing these videos. And listen to your animals. Listen to your animals. So I'm using the Archangel deck for the animals because we have more angelic energies, as I've mentioned, coming through. Because I work and channel with the Christ consciousness. Easter time for me is a huge time. I usually go into a deep trance and start channeling that day. Anybody books around that time, Easter, wow, boom, 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 boom. I'm in a trance with you immediately. So I'm just saying, book with Jenny, soulworkwithjenny.com. Okay. So, anyways, let us see what the energy of the animal kingdom has to say for April 1st to 8th. And it's so cool. I want to share this with you. David told me, he goes, Jenny, he says, he's really profound. He's very profound. One of my sacred friends. Um, he told me a lot. However, he said, Jenny, you were a dolphin in a past life. Do you realize that? And I just about broke down in tears when he told me that. So I'm not going to talk about it. I'll get all teary eyes. But I'm like, oh my God, you have no idea what that symbolizes for me. So anyways, watch a dolphin fall out. I'm just saying. But anyways, what is the energy from the collective for spirit with the animal kingdom for the 1st till the 8th of April? What's the message from our animal? Wow. Ooh, I felt that one. I felt this one. Ooh, ooh, there's a real big, profound message with this, you guys. So, my animal decks, I have a few different animal decks, and it's really interesting how this card fell out. You know how I'm saying karmic endings with relationships? Endings bring on new beginnings, transformation, rebirth, all of that. Now, the energy that fell through is snake. Live according to your divine essence, the elemental kingdom. Now, snakes are very healing energy. Snake is all about transformation, rebirth. Snake is all about really pay attention to karmic relationships, right? We can have all of a sudden hear from people from our past, and you're going, oh, hell no, I'm not going to reconnect with that person. They're a real snake, right? Or they're very spiteful, or whatever it is, right? So there's a lot of snake energy, which can be very healing for you as well. And for some of you who, live in snake country, let's say, where there's snakes about, all of our animals are sacred. They really are. I mean, I don't want to stumble across a snake, right? But if I did, I wouldn't hurt the snake. We all have a God-given right to be here on our planet for our own reasons. So just be more mindful if you're like living in snake country, like Arizona, Texas, wherever you are, right? Australia, just be a little bit more mindful of snakes wherever you are. If you have a little concern that, I better not let my dog out today, or meaning to go in this area, especially where there are bushes, be very mindful with that as well. Because as you know, a snake can strike out at any time. So this card here can go either way. Either way, there's a lot of truth being exposed. There's a lot of karmic endings being and coming forth, which can bring a lot of snake energy too, by the way. Snakes are very passionate and compassionate too. Depends where you are karmically. Wow. Like, wow. What a profound, I got goosebumps on that one. Goosebumps on that one. Holy smokies. So let us pull another card from the spirit world, as I say. And because we're dealing with karmic endings, I'm going to pull a card connected with some energy of love. There's new beginnings with soulmate, twin flames. There also could be endings with soulmate and twin flame energies. We all have a journey with each other. If it's for a day, if it's for 50 years, if it's for a month, regardless how long, regardless of who it is, a soulmate, twin flame, You know, somebody karmic. That's why I do a lot of past life Akashic record readings. And I'll tell you exactly who they were to you in a past life, what had happened, what is going to happen in this lifetime, why they've come into your life. And then, of course, the decision is up to you to make with that. And there's no such thing as judging. You cannot judge anyone. Judgment is a very low vibrational energy. We all have our own journey to walk upon. So there's certain people that will manipulate other people and turn people against you and all kinds of things like that. And all you can do, because I've been hearing that right lately, and all you can do is just take that step back, just don't be a part of it, distance from drama and toxic energy, karmic clearings, all of that. Stay true to you. This Libra energy with the full moon is all about balance and harmony and love and peace. Depends where you're at. So, what is the message collectively from the spirit world, April 1st to the 8th? Wow, those fell out. So okay, this is one of the most important cards, because this card here, it's so important. Love who you are. You know how I've been saying, love yourself, show yourself unconditional. Love yourself unconditionally, regardless of what. I mean, we all say, you know what, I don't like this about myself, or I don't like my hair, my face, or my hands, or my legs, like whatever it is. You have to show yourself unconditional love. There is no such thing as perfect. When you start loving yourself unconditionally, regardless of what, you are going to attract someone to you that is going to love you unconditionally and accept you for who you are unconditionally. And that is the key, right? So love who you are. You are divine, delightful, and deserving of the wonderful things life has to offer. Look how beautiful this person is coming out. You know, water represents our emotions, and look how this energy, she's coming out. And she's like, oh, I'm feeling alive. I'm feeling that rebirth. I'm feeling that transformation. Maybe you've ended karmic cycles and karmic situations with people and relationships and such. Rebirth. Remember the snake card, rebirth, snake energy, healing, and so on and so on. So even over here, you know, it shows another person over here, a child. You know, our family is very karmic, even your children, even your children. We all have karmic clearings to do with each person in our family. I've cleared all the karmic ties in my family years ago, and there's a way to do it. Okay, so you could always book with me and I can tell you how to do that, how to work with that energy so you clear it, because if you don't, it's going to come back in other lifetimes. It's going to go on and on and on. So when you clear that energy from your highest self in certain steps, you're free. You're free of that karmic situations. So I don't ever want to come back with certain people ever. So I've done the work. I've cleared a lot of different energies. That's why I spent a lot of time alone, and you know, many reasons, many reasons. So you might find that you guys might want to do more meditations this week too, especially as we get towards the end of the week. You know, the 5th, 6th to the 9th, roughly, you might find that, you know what, I need more space and time alone. So we're going to pull a crystal card. You know, I love my crystals. I've got crystals all around me right now. And I was gifted a couple of more crystals as well. I have such beautiful, amazing friends. So grateful for every one of them. So what is the collective message from the spirit world from the 1st to the 8th? What's the collective message from spirit? From the crystal world, Lemurian crystal. What's the message from the crystals? Okay, all right. I'm hearing you. I'm hearing that vibration. Vibration. Wow. Wow. Now this card is wow. This is, I'll show it to you, of course, right? Sometimes I look into the card and I see so many things, and I'm not going to talk about that card because it could go on for a while. So I try to shorten it down, the messages I'm hearing from spirit and the energy of the card, by the way. So wow. And even the number is 33, which is Christ consciousness. Wow. Ascended masters, Easter blessings this week, illumination, karmic endings. Now this card here is lithium. I'm pronouncing it wrong. I'm sorry. I'm a real person. I don't fake it, right? This is me, take it or leave it, bottom line. Um, Lithium quartz. And as I can look into this quartz, and you guys will see, and it's really interesting. I have a quartz exactly like that, literally sitting right in front of me, and I will show it to you. Now I'm seeing a face in the background. There's some fiery energy here. Clearing fire is transmutation, transmutation, transformation, and so on. And see the little lights in the face there? See how the crystal energy really wants to talk to you? Look at that. Look how beautiful that is. Quartzes are very healing. Look at how that energy there is tuning in, really tuning in. You know, the sky in the back is very flared up, and we have solar flares this week as well. Solar flare energy, fire is, like rebirth. How many of you have looked into the fire and kind of go in that trance? How many of you looked into the fire and got in and receive all of these messages from spirit? Now look at the crystal that's literally right beside me. Look at that. Look at that. There's certain crystals I'll put beside me as I'm doing these videos, and I felt very drawn to that. Now look at that. How profound is that? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Spirit works in mystical ways. Oh my gosh. Wow. It's so cool. It's so cool, you guys. I love it. I love it. How many of you guys are reading more? How many of you are I want to know if you guys are feeling angel presence, your experiences, if you have felt any come forth as well. I want to know what's going on with you guys. So we're just going to pull another card here from the spirit world. Excuse me. What is the energy from the 1st to the 8th? What is the energy from the spirit world from the 1st to the 8th of April? What's the energy and the message from spirit? Wow. Right away. Now, this is so important. This is so important. Setting boundaries. I talk about that all the time. It's really important that you set boundaries with situations. You have to have time for you to hear your soul speak. You have to have time for you. When you're getting bombarded with nonstop messages, how are you going to move on? How are you going to get your work done? How are you going to take time for you? Do this, do this, do this, do this. How many of you like people to order you around? How many people enjoy that? Nobody does. Nobody wants to be ordered around. How many of you are allowing somebody to order you around? Maybe that's when these karmic endings are coming in, because you're like, you know what? I I have to set some boundaries. I'm not dealing with this right now. I'm not dealing with you right now. I have my own stuff to deal with. I have to have my time so I can meditate. I have to go for my walk. I have to do my workout. I have my work to do. I have this, and that. You have to set boundaries for you, because what you allow will continue. If you allow people to treat you a certain way, it's going to continue on and on and on and on. Take time for you. That's an amazing card, especially whenever we're having a lot of karmic endings this week. Wow. It's very important. You're not saying, hey, I'm better than anybody else or anything like that at all. Setting boundaries is self-love for you. That's so important. So important. Taking time out for you, regardless of what. If the more sensitive you are, you're very empathic. And how many of you, if you've been around certain situations and you're like, oh my gosh, I can't focus anymore. I can't handle it anymore. I'm not feeling grounded. And this is why this Taurus energy is here too, to help you stay grounded. And, getting grounded can be working out to letting the excess energy go. It could be walking, into nature, being by the water, anything where it's that silence within, being around calm energy. So listening to music, whatever works for you, we all have our own way that works better for us with situations, and you have to listen to your own soul speak and just keep on your pathway, and please be gentle with yourself. We all are going through things. We're all processing things. And again, thank you, David. I'm very grateful for you. You really gave me a lot of insight. and a lot of confirmations. I'm so truly grateful. You have no idea. So I'm sending you all love and light, and please subscribe to my channel in order to get new content. Namaste, everyone.